One, two, 1, 2. Alright, unannounced SJW live. What day is it? On a Wednesday. We already did one on Monday, but I had a couple issues with the reactions. Got the headphones on today, all set up. I'm not expecting the usual crew to come in the chat. Let me just check something. This is probably going to cause a problem and have feedback. 1 second. So I'm just going to making sure that we're live. And yeah, basically today I decided, let me come back. Let me get a few of the videos up I didn't get to react to the other day, because I want to create content out of them. I want to edit up those pieces and put up the SJW reacts videos, all of that kind of good stuff. So I'm kind of like, I don't care if the people are ready and they're in the chat and all of that thing today, because then you can all just watch it back, right? But one thing I just did want to show for the video, right? And it's another reason that when we did the live the other day, I uploaded a video addressing Slipmat, right? Because I spent a lot of that video just going through comments from Facebook and stuff without actually playing videos and doing reaction videos. So today I want to get those reactions, like I said, for the content. But yeah, I wanted to just show. Boom, is this going to show? How's that going to show? No, it's not showing good. Forget that. There we go. Anyway, just put that in a little corner there. Just what we've done in the last 3 weeks. Because I haven't, you know what I'm saying, I've had this channel for years. It was more of a music channel. I didn't really focus on it or ever like consistently upload on it. And in 3 weeks, you can see there, it says 28 days, but you can't see it properly there. Let me scroll down. So there's still, if you look here, that's the first week still empty when I was inactive. Here's the 3 weeks we've been active. So we've done 70k views. We've done over 1,000 subscribers, 1.5k watch hours in that time. And I'm like, I wasn't really even expecting to do madness. I just was trying to get active again. We've had the Sun newspaper asking to report on something that we've done. I'm not sure that article may actually come out. I'm not going to speak about it too much, but yeah, we don't really fuck with the Sun like that either. So we'll have to address that too if it does. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get things rolling, and hopefully we'll make that 100k by the end of the week. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. If we do 100k in the first month of being active on here, that would be a touch. I'm saying, I see a few people watching. If you're out there, anyone out there, any of my people that's jumped on, hit me up in the chat just to say what's good. But first things first, I noticed the video today by Katie Hopkins. I know we've done loads on Katie Hopkins, and we are doing a thing where I'm staying on the same people quite a bit, right? But it's alright, it's the current conversation. I'm doing this regular, so we're going to go in on a person for a while, and then we'll move on to something else, and we'll swap and switch. And tomorrow I got 2 videos dropping that are both, well, no, it's one video, but then some other videos coming off the back of it. That's to do with, that's a throwback from our Pyro show. So that's with a guest called Anissa Marie. We had a debate saying, what is a hoe? What does the term hoe mean? It's funny and serious and all of those things, and entertaining. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that out. It's going to remind people of some of our other types of content. We're hopefully shooting an episode of the official Flip Life podcast tomorrow also. So the official content's going to start rolling out as well. But anyway, let's get this video up that I want to react to. I haven't watched this. This video is called Katie Hopkins, How Cancel Culture, and then in brackets, evisceration really works. So I don't expect this to have anything to do with the fact we got her cancelled on a music festival this week, but it is some mad timing. This came out yesterday or something, right? Katie Hopkins talking about how cancel culture works. So how cancel culture works. So yeah, let's see what she got to say, huh? Look at that. As soon as I start, act like, yeah, I'm ready. As soon as I start, she I can't hear it again. 1 second.
I thought it'd be great.
I'm ready.
I thought it'd be great to explain how cancel culture really works,
Oh,
or
yeah.
in my case, complete evisceration. And this relates to what's currently being done to GB News by those that want to see it done away with. So when people speak about cancel culture, it kind
Okay, it's about GB News, yeah? All right, so it's not about the music festival we got you dash away from, but someone in the comments, Raw Music Productions, big love, glad I'm home from work for the live, great content, much love. Yes, Raw Music, love that, man, love that energy. You're here luckily, because this was like, I wasn't even planning to do a live, this is mad random. Johnny Combs said the blonde British Sarah Palin. I'm going to show something else after, actually, because there's something hilarious where she's being called the Mother Karen at this other event that's called Karen's Cafe. And I realised that's actually the truth. They're promoting it like that, but she's literally a Karen, isn't it? She's like #1 Karen. Anyway, let's just pull up a little and see what she got to say.
when people speak about cancel culture, it kind of annoys me because it sounds so polite.
Me too.
Oh, cancelled. You know, that's for someone that maybe had one event cancelled, or, you know, they were uninvited from something, or they weren't invited in the first place. You know, people speak about that. Oh, I've been cancelled. And that really is just like dipping a toe in the ocean in terms of what happens when you are completely eviscerated. And that's happened to me on a number of occasions, each one adding to the sum total of being completely eviscerated from the face of the planet, including...
So she thinks she's been completely eviscerated. That's very interesting, yeah? Because if you've been completely eviscerated, why are they booking you at music festivals for us to even manage to get you banned? Yeah, shout out Bad Slave, man, like Terror Slim in the building. Like, how are you even getting a booking? How have you still got a huge YouTube channel with a huge following of racists? Like, you can't be cancelled. You can't be eviscerated because we live in a racist country. I get all the hate on my channel. I'm more being cancelled. I'm being cancelled because the actual public and the system of programming into the minds of British and Western people has already been designed to cancel everyone who challenges you. So you're not being cancelled. I'm being cancelled.
You know, continents from which I'm banned. So let's just say, let's not make this about me, but let's make this about GB News. Okay.
I missed obviously how that sentence joined, but she said she's banned from some continents. I don't know if anyone can quickly Google what continent she's banned from and let me know in the comments. That'd be helpful, because yeah, that's interesting if she's banned from continents. Can they ban her from this continent as well, please?
GB News are here, and the idea is, from those that want to control the news agenda and the messaging that goes out, that GB News needs to be got rid of because it's not towing the line, it's not saying the same stuff as everybody else, and it's not necessarily perceived by the intellectual elite, you know, as intellectually stimulating enough. It's far too Daily Mail. Well, who gives a shit? If ordinary people want to watch it or someone wants to look at it, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter what you think people should be listening to. Ordinary people should be allowed to listen to what the bloody hell they like. Who cares whether you agree or I agree? People should do what they want. People should be free to do what they want. Let me not go off on one. So if you want to get rid of GB News, the first thing you do, and I know this because this was me.
I don't know if anyone wants to get rid of GB News. Do I want to get rid of GB News? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I kind of agree with that. Have your stupid news channel that fails and that only idiots watch. Like, I don't know. Let me know, innit? If I don't know, maybe I got to look into it more. If anyone is trying to even cancel GB News,
has been me, is repeatedly me. It is your evisceration. Firstly, you go for the advertisers, and this is a well-tested system. So you know that what happens is there's a campaign against anybody advertising on the channel, and you go onto Twitter, and then one by one you pick off the organisations, you tweet them. Are you happy to be a...
Yeah, okay, for example, like what's happened with Palestine recently, right? Not just because me and Terra had this whole thing on the timeline a minute ago about that either, but boycotts to McDonald's and to Disney and all these kind of things with Palestine recently. That's what she's talking about. That's what she's kind of referring to. But guess what? Good. That's called accountability. It's not cancel culture. It's called, hey, we won't buy your products if we don't agree with how you're moving. That's how capitalism works. Yeah, these lot are supposed to be pro-capitalist and they're calling us communists for doing this kind of thing. But actually, no, that's capitalism. She said a minute ago that people should be free to do what they choose. Yes, I should be free not to support a company that supports a business and a TV channel and a war and things that I just think are politically and morally wrong. This woman is so stupid.
Associated with this, you go for the CEO of the advertisers, you go for the exec board of the advertisers, you go for anybody linked in any way to the advertising companies, and then once you manage to get one to pull, then you say, oh well look, Nike's just made the right decision, why don't you make the right decision? So the advertisers are an easy, well-tested route for getting rid of either people or entire channels. The next thing is things like Ofcom, which is what you're seeing right now. With GB News, a repeated war of attrition. You just keep trying to get an Ofcom complaint to stick. You just keep trying to get an Ofcom complaint to be investigated. That's boring for the channel. It costs time, legal advice, money. You know, it's time consuming and it's obnoxious and it detracts from the ability to do what is the core focus of your business. So the Ofcom weapon is very effectively used. It was used against me at the Daily Mail, it was used against me at LBC, and there's very powerful.
Look, I don't really know what the fuck she's talking about here, innit? But what I will say is Ofcom is there to regulate, right? I doubt I trust Ofcom in any kind of serious way. I'm not down with Ofcom like that. I think Ofcom probably allow way too much right-wing propaganda. I think Ofcom probably allow way too much racism and Islamophobia on our mainstream TV. I think Ofcom are very much probably on their side, and I think she's chatting absolute rubbish to even suggest that Ofcom are against them in any kind of way. But that's just my natural feelings. I don't know what she's saying Ofcom have been getting onto them for, but if Ofcom have got onto them about certain content, or people are reporting to Ofcom to get onto them about certain content, guess what? That's how the world works too. That's how things have to be held accountable. We have laws, we have structure in a society, yeah? So I don't know what the hell these lot are talking about yet again.
For people who are very well connected at Ofcom's highest level, who can have cosy little dinners, and strongly advise that Ofcom definitely investigates this. You can see how all that happens. Next up is guests. So what you do, forgive my writing, guests. You get guests. So on an LBC type programme, a phone-in programme, GB News, you get people to sign up to say they won't go on the show. We won't go on the show, we won't go on. Look at all 80 of us have signed this list to say we won't appear on it because it's just so terrible. Will you join us? Will you be part of us? We can invite you to other things, we'll reward you. Maybe you'd like a little invite to dinner at Sophie's house.
What I find interesting is she's not actually saying that this has happened to GB News or not. She's being very vague. She's having a vague rant about what could happen. And again, she started this by saying people should be allowed to do what they want. And then she's gone off to list all these things that people doing what they want or don't want. And she's got a problem with them doing what they don't want and do want.
Out on Friday. Would you?
Anyway, shout out to Johnny Combs. He said, that's why I bought 3 bad slave beanies. Yeah, because you liked the ethos of the company you was buying from. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? If Terror Slim was out here supporting genocide in Gaza, I'm sure you wouldn't have bought those beanies. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I will not buy a bloody Katie Hopkins tour ticket.
You like to sign up to say you will not be a guest on the show. And that's precisely the tactic that The Guardian, James O'Brien and others used against me at LBC, was to get political guests to say they would not appear on LBC radio as a whole until I was removed as a producer. And from the boss's perspective, you can't risk losing all your guests if you rely on political commentary to keep yourself alive.
Okay.
So the guest is the next thing.
At least she gave an example of something happening there.
What you can also do, if you are a lone voice in a sea of lefties, for example, which I have always been, is...
This idiot. I don't know how I'm going to get much through this video because I have to keep stopping it. A lone voice in a sea of lefties. Where is the sea of lefties? We don't have any sea of lefties anywhere in the mainstream media in the UK. They don't exist.
You get the other presenters on board. So I don't know that this necessarily happens on GB News, but you see how divide and conquer. Well, you don't want to be near that person because, look, they're going to get fired. You don't want to be like Lawrence Fox, guys, because he just got fired.
Yeah, because he's a prick.
You get the other presenters. So if I give the LBC example, you get the other presenters to say, well, if I'm on leave, I'm not having Katie stand in on my show. Or until she's gone, I'm not prepared to do X, Y, and Z. Or you just get them all together to have a meeting with the boss that says she needs to go because we're all unhappy. So you can mobilise that as an opportunity as well. And that will be at play in GB News where people get picked off. And there's something much bigger that happens, and it's what I would call the real darkness. At some point...
Everyone in the comments here, let me know how my sound is. Obviously, I should have asked that earlier on because I was having all this echoing issue, whatever. Obviously, I got the headphones on today, but I can still see a little bit of feedback from the mic channel, and I just realised I've got my mic channel a bit lower than I had it last time, so I might turn it up. But let me know.
The cumulative effect of all of this is it starts to become too much. And at some point, and this has happened in every single case of every single position I've ever held and been eviscerated from, the darkness happens. And that's one big, powerful phone call or meeting between either overseas money, whoever is the funder or the investment or the big money, the darkness, whoever is the real powerhouse in that place. They get the call and they make a decision just like this. That's it, they're gone. Gone, done. So all of this other stuff is really just, chipping away, noise, relentless, in order to get this one phone call to happen. And in my case, for example, LBC, that was the owner of the whole of Global, who finally made the call and went, she's gone. The Daily Mail, Lord Rothermere was involved, and actually there was someone that leaked that. There's an inside person at the Daily Mail that leaked that.
I'm having a crash on the sidecar, but again, okay, somebody fired you. Thanks for all the feedback on the sound. Everyone's saying it sounds good, so that's great. I'm gonna have to just reset this sidecar quickly. It's a bit annoying to do mid-video, but we'll get that back up. Oh, and it's crashed again straight away. That's not cool. No, that's not what I'm trying to do over here. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let's take that off the screen. I got it back. I'm still gonna have to do a little reset on this bit. And there we go. No, but that's not where we done. That's not. There we go. Alright, cool. There we go. Shout out to Enough Props. Said sounds good. Raw music sounds great. Johnny Coombs. Is that right? Is he telling me I'm pronouncing his name wrong? Combs rhymes with booms. I'm still ending up with the spell it that way. Yeah. Johnny Coombs, which is which I think if I'm getting it right this time, tell me if I'm not. I think I should already know that because that's I can't remember. No, that's wrong though. That's wrong. I'm thinking of Puff Daddy's name, right? It's Sean Combs, and that's right. Sean Combs, and also Task Force, Farmer G and Chester P. Their surname is also Combs or Coombs. I don't know. You tell me what's right. Whether I'm just chatting a lot of rubbish. Nuff Prop said, glad you are doing this. Thank you, man. That's good. That's good to hear. I didn't know if anyone was going to turn up today. I was just going to do this raggle no matter what, because I just want to get these reaction videos flowing. And I don't know if you lot saw at the beginning, but you know what I'm saying, I feel like getting it back on the screen, but I'll do it after. But I got 70,000 views on YouTube in the last 3 weeks. So I'm like, boom, that's like just from 3 weeks of starting to do this. So we've got 1 week left to make it a month, and I'm trying to hit 100K. So let's get some more shit out there.
The conversation had happened and I was being disposed of. So I knew 6 months before I was actually let go or agreed to leave. And in the case of GB News, that's when will that happen? So overseas investors, because ultimately GB News doesn't really care. It's overseas investment money that's funding this thing. One day that tap gets turned off. And a good example most recently would be the Piers Morgan example. Talk TV, Murdoch, and Murdoch has been, Piers and Murdoch are inseparable, have been for decades. Finally, that darkness was too much. Even for Murdoch and Piers Morgan, and that conversation happened.
You were not profitable anymore. Capitalism.
Specifically named Piers Morgan as being responsible or culpable. I know what happened. There'll have been a phone call from Murdoch to Piers just saying, sorry, mate, it's all too much now. We've got to let you go. So that's why Piers Morgan is now going to be a vlogger. And I would say, typically, I get no pleasure whatsoever from seeing other people being either cancelled or eviscerated or removed. There's, maybe a little bit of pleasure with Piers Morgan, but for everybody else, whether I'm on their side or not, whether they're a vaccine pusher or whatever, there's no pleasure in seeing other people get cancelled or eviscerated because I think, it doesn't improve the sum of all of our parts if conversations get fewer and less. Now, there's apart from the darkness, so that's a Murdoch level, that's a Lord Rothermere level, that is at the darkness level of humanity, big overseas investment funders. There's also these other sort of minor players. So like, for example, in my case, the chief rabbi was involved. You get the heads of churches, you get the heads of some charities, Save the Children, Brendan Cox. There's some other things around this darkness, which I could go into, but we don't need to do that here. One of the most painful things of all about cancel culture, or it being eviscerated, and this is all building around GB News right now. One of the hardest things, and I still find this now, it happened to me just this week, is you have people see all of this happen around you, and it's happened all my life really since I refused to back down from anything I've ever said, is that people who call themselves the freedom movement, right? So,
oh shit! I hope Tara's still there. This is going to be interesting because what has she got? What kind of shots has she got for the freedom movement?
People who are like, oh, we're the free speech movement, we're the free speech organisation, we're the free speech channel, or we're a freedom festival, or so
oh shit! No, I got what is she saying here? She even knows, even though she's not addressing that she got dropped from a festival this week. That's gotta be sly shots. We're a freedom festival. That's crazy, yo. Pulling this whole segment up.
Life really, since I refused to back down from anything I've ever said, is that people who call themselves the freedom movement, right? So people who are like, oh, we're the free speech movement, we're the free speech organisation, we're the free speech channel, or we're a freedom festival, or so all of the people who I would say are our side that simply wants everyone to be okay, everyone to say and think whatever they want, and everyone to be as happy as they can be, is when the freedom movement, using that label, using free speech, they don't want any of this coming anywhere near them.
Oh, they don't.
And it's one of the hardest things still. And like I say, it happened this week. Is people take you on because they love what they do. Maybe they've met you in person. Maybe you've introduced them to your husband, or maybe you've allowed them to come to a gig and they've seen your audiences and they've seen how lovely it all is. But the moment they feel even a touch of any of this, just maybe one other guest saying, well, I'm not performing if she's performing, or if her name's there, or I get asked,
pull up. I didn't even think this video was going to be about us, I didn't think this video was going to be about us. And then she fully goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Another guest said he's not performing. It happened this week. It's like she don't want to give it that light. She started this about GB News to make it not about this thing. Wow. But it's definitely about this thing. I'm pulling it up a little piece.
Coming anywhere near them. And it's one of the hardest things still. And like I say, it happened this week. Is people take you on because they love what they do. Maybe they've met you in person. Maybe you've introduced them to your husband, or maybe you've allowed them to come.
Imagine this though. You see what you're saying? Maybe you've met them in person. Maybe they've introduced you to your husband. Is she talking about you, Wendy Jane? Have you met Katie Hopkins' husband, Wendy Jane, or one of you lot from the Sounds Racist Festival 2024?
To a gig and they've seen your audiences and they've seen how lovely it all is. But the moment they feel even a touch of any of this, just maybe one other guest saying, well, I'm not performing if she's performing, or if her name's there, or I get asked, is there anyone you won't perform with? And I'm like, why are you asking that question?
Wait a minute though. Why didn't they ask anyone else at the festival if there's anyone else you won't perform with? Will you perform with Katie Hopkins? Do you know about her views? They didn't do any of that to all of the rappers at the festival.
And others out there will completely understand when I say it is what all of this I see happening. I see the strategy behind it. I used to be in military intelligence. It's not hard to work this stuff out. And the darkness is really terrifying. But the hardest thing emotionally is when those who brand themselves free speech and freedom festival, they do this to you because they don't want this near them. They will throw you under the bus, even after they've booked you and they want you and they come to your gigs and they see what you're doing and they know that even when they know you and they know that your heart is good, they still throw you under the bus and continue to use the freedom banner, even when they become part of the evisceration. And that's true.
Do you know what, Katie Hopkins? You're fully right. Yeah, they threw you under the bus. And yeah, fuck them. They are still using the banner. They are still driving with using the same driving force of racism and all of your bigotry. Yeah. And now I understand why you're taking shots at them and you don't want to take shots at me. This is hilarious. But I guess she's saying I am, and Terra, and we are, and Ryan Sanders is, all of the other, this whole picture she tried to paint. She tried to get real clever on us.
Really, the very hardest thing of all. And I say all of this knowing what I've just said about how people don't want you near them because they want to self-preserve for one more day, even when they say that they're all about freedom of speech, but let's just not talk about Tommy or Katie, is that I am banned from GB News by these guys, the big guys, the money, the investors, the owners, those links to the kind of money, 250 million in their account. Some of these guys behind GB News, the very big money doesn't want any of this problem coming anywhere near it. So I just wanted to do that as an explainer because there's so many, I could do pages of level of detail behind this. But if you hear Ofcom investigation, please know that that's just a tiny piece of an overall strategic plan of attack that can be used to completely annihilate your enemy, which in my case was me, or is now GB News for them.
Boom.
I guess
it was you this week.
And what they can never quite cope with still, the darkness, I mean, is when some of us refuse to stay down. When you come back after you've been eviscerated, when you were supposed to go and swing from a tree, and instead you just
we don't expect that
and come back again.
Yeah, someone already said that in the comment.
I think in the end. Okay, I'll see you all somewhere on the road.
Yeah, but not at the Sounds Racist Fest 2024 because you got dropped. I can't believe it. I'm slightly in shock. I just put that video on. I know what we did is kind of a big deal, but I didn't expect her to make a response. I was watching that video just because it's random relevant content to what we've been talking about, and she's quite blatantly responded to us. That's fucking wild. And I'm not seeing Terra in the comments, so I'm not sure if Terra even saw that. I'm gonna have to send it to him after. What a madness, man. But Johnny Coombs, am I saying it right now? Let me know if I'm saying it right now, man. It ain't from Diddy. It's the area I'm from. I met Terra at an Akala gig in Norwich. He asked me the exact same question. Yeah, we don't mess with Diddy, not after all the recent drama with Cassie and all of that. But we do mess with Task Force. And Task Force got the same surname as you as well. But yeah, this track, shout out Raw Music Productions. They said Novar the Freedom Fighter, beats and tapes in the building. JC, there was a comment from JC, Pierce, you blogger, you. Pierce is a blogger. I'm a blogger. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, what has she got against her? What's she got against her? The darkness. Yeah, the darkness. I think what she's saying, she's not calling like us the darkness. I think she's saying like the darkness is the place she ends up in. I think. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna I want to just show one more thing actually, that's to do with Katie Hopkins before I want to go and react to a Tom MacDonald video, and that's still the two people we've been on recently, but we're gonna go to some other people today as well. But we're just gonna do I'm doing shorter videos today, but I want to show you lot something. So this is the festival she's still doing. Is it gonna show? Right, boom. This is the festival she's still doing. The Mother Karen. Someone sent this to me and was like, yo, she's doing a performance at Mother Karen. I was like, what the hell is Mother Karen? Not the Mother Karen, at Karen's Diner. I was like, what the hell is Karen's Diner? I was like, no way. They actually made a diner called Karen's Diner. I don't know if it was called Karen's Diner already and then that term became a thing and they ran with it. But they're blatantly running with this thing. Like, yeah, we're Karens. We've got a diner for the racist Karens. And here's Katie Hopkins, the Mother Karen. And what's mad is that the Sounds Racist Fest said, when we were first sticking it on them, that they booked Katie Hopkins and she was going to do a comedy set. I thought she came there as a speaker. They said she's going to do a comedy set. I said, you're having a fucking laugh. And then I was like, right, okay, they're chatting rubbish, whatever. I thought, what, racist comedy now? That's even worse. But then I kind of looked into it. I saw this and then I Googled something else, what else she's up to. And yeah, she's going on a comedy tour. That is what she's currently doing. That's why she's doing these are little like warm-up sets for her comedy tour she's about to embark on, which is a madness. Do you know what I'm saying? So Melody McMinn says, bashing people for having a thought of their own and also have been ill from cancer sounds like a Trumpster to me. He bashes the weak, handicapped and war vets also. I like something Katie. Whenever I get the latest comment up, it has this little heart over it in the corner, and I can't read it. I like Katie. She is fun. So what's funny about what you've just said there, Melody? I don't know who you're talking about. Leave me another comment to say who he is, because you said he bashes the weak, handicapped, and war vets. Who bashes them? Not sure who you're talking about, because you're saying bashing people for having a thought of their own. That's what Katie was just doing, as I pointed out throughout that video. And bashing people, the weak, handicapped. We don't use the term handicapped because that's actually an offensive word. We use the word disabled. But to bash the disabled is something that Katie Hopkins does, right? She calls people autistic. She insults the disabled all the time. She's like very much disableist, as we say. And that's something I'm going to address. That's actually something that I've been hotted up for not addressing enough. Specifically about neurodivergency And certain people have been like, this is something I know a lot about. It's something I work in. It's something my family is very involved in. I don't always talk about it on my public platforms because it's two separate things and worlds I'm operating in. But I actually do a lot in that world of disability rights and have done my whole life. There's a picture of me, my younger brother has cerebral palsy, he's severely disabled. When I was young, there's a picture of me at a protest with my brother in front of me holding up a sign. Well, it's him holding a sign on his wheelchair, saying that he's in mainstream school, with another friend of his who has cerebral palsy with a sign saying, I'm not in mainstream school, why am I not? And that's a famous picture that you can find online about disability rights protests, to the point like it's been used as a stock image. And to the point Hillary Clinton used it in her presidential campaign without permission. I guess because it's a stock image somewhere, she didn't need it. But I was shocked by it because I was like, she was pretending that she was this disabled rights activist and she's using this picture as if it's something to do with her. And I'm like, hold up, that's a picture in Islington, North London. How are you using that for your campaign in America? And I called the American newspapers in the morning like, I want to tell this story. And they were like, oh, because she didn't win, they weren't interested. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. They were like, if she had won, we would have bought that story off you for good money. And I was like, oh, okay, mad. Anyway, that's a diversion, but that's something I am passionate about. Yeah, it's something I'm real passionate about. Johnny Coombs said, whoa, yes, a mad story, bro. I've shared the picture before and I've told the story. Like, maybe I'll come on here one day and just tell it in detail and put the picture on the screen, get the picture ready and that. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, my mum sent it to me. My mum was like, yo, and this was like, it came out the day before. Raw Music said, that's a crazy story. It really is, man. Like, it spun my brain, bro. Whoa, Hillary, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like literally it was the day before the election. So it was the last day of voting and the results was getting announced the next day in the morning. And my mum sends me this thing and it's like, oh my God, watch this. You're in Hillary Clinton's campaign video from today. And I'm like, what? No, I'm not. Like, what the hell are you talking about? No, I'm not. Like, how can I be? Like, she gave me no context as well. She's just like, yeah, watch it. I didn't even know about this picture and all that. That's kind of how I came to know. And then I went and researched, like, where's the picture? What is it? Like, how did they have it? My mom didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? And I found it on some kind of like library of stock images or whatever it may be, do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out Mother Karen, what's her name? Katie Hopkins, yeah. Johnny Coombs said traitor. Yeah. Melody didn't really tell me who they were saying. That before I went on my tangent. Yeah, it was Melody McMinn, who said something about bashing people for being weak, handicapped and warfare. So I was just saying, we don't say handicapped, so that's quite a discriminatory word, and it's just something I'm passionate about. And Katie Hopkins is definitely very discriminatory to the disabled and to everyone. She's a horrible, vile human being who mistreats all of those people. I'm seeing little laugh emojis come up in the corner now. I wasn't seeing them before. Nuff Prop said London is a hotbed for Hillary voters. Yeah, apart from we can't vote, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. She tried to make out like this was her thing. It was like a whole video about her history of like being for disabled rights, yeah? Which, like, as is often pointed out to me, it's like that's a cause that is left till the last. Like, nobody cares about that cause. Like, literally, like, and I think I do need to come and speak about it more. I'm just trying to work out the right way to do it and the right people to do it with, and the right angles on these kind of platforms. And that will start happening at the moment, to be honest, because I'm doing a podcast in my other work and stuff that's very much in that world. So I'll cross it over at some point. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out here. All right, there's a couple Tom MacDonald things I want to get to. So he's done a little short here. This is just a short, but he says Disney ruined Star Wars. So I'm just interested in what the hell, all of these lot that complain about how Disney is so woke. And oh yeah, I got the SJW hat on, by the way, today. Yeah, I've got these selling at sjw.com. What am I talking about? socialjusticewarrior.co.uk. These are up there already. I can't remember what price they're listed at. I'd never really pushed them before, but Don't even order one today because I'm going to go and look at it. In the next week, I'm going to go and look at it and I'm probably going to reprice them and all of that and bring them down a bit and give them a good push, man. I'll start pushing them hard. But yeah, let's see what the hell this is about, man.
Disney just wokeified Star Wars.
It's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, that's a great idea, considering there's so many women watching Star Wars. You know what the last thing we need in a galaxy far, far...
Wait. What are you saying? Women don't watch Star Wars now? What, women can't... And wait a minute. Can't we encourage women not to watch Star Wars more? Huh? Can't you encourage it? Like, is it wrong for... Maybe women are not watching Star Wars because they don't feel part of Star Wars. Do you know what I'm saying? Correct Not Political said, have you figured out how to use the PC yet? I mean, I already knew before. I'd done shows that worked fine. These things have problems. You could watch the most famous, biggest fucking YouTube like live streamer and they all have problems. They all have things that happen. So, no, those little criticisms don't work over here. Correct Not Political, yeah? You're more likely... political but not correct, because actually everything's political, and actually you kind of guys are obsessed with politics, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here if you weren't obsessed with challenging my lefty politics, yeah? You're a political nutcase.
Far away is radical woke feminism. That's probably why all those dudes moved to a galaxy far away in the first place. And what are you gonna call this new all-female Star Wars? The patriarchy strikes back? Return to the argument from 7 years ago? Look, if you're gonna take Star Wars away from the boys, I'm gonna stop standing up for you every time one of the boys wins a gold medal in women's basketball or whatever. Stop marketing everything to women. Women make less money than men. They probably can't afford a ticket to go see your stupid movie. Women want Stanley Cups and fuzzy socks, not your reinterpretation of a sci-fi classic. Give Star Wars back. That's my offer. And if you don't like that, you can take your pink lightsaber and sit on it. Disney just wokeified Star Wars.
It's about time that we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a...
What a prick. What an absolute prick. That was funny though. That was funny. Like he should like Katie Hopkins, he may have a career in comedy, in right-wing comedy, when the rapping thing gets, that people get tired of the rapping thing, because yeah, whatever. It's funny because it's like a parody. He's like a parody of a right-wing angry person who just is getting angry about like children's programs and whatever the hell. And Nuff Prop said, so the first films only have one woman in. I don't know, I'm not sure what you mean, but I was just thinking like Star Wars, like there's like Princess Leia is one of the most important characters in Star Wars. Like there's like she's a lead, isn't it? She's a lead character. Yeah, there's a couple other lead characters, like, but there's a woman right there, always been a lead character. Then I never watched the prequels, but they already did the woman lead in the final trilogy, so this is not like a new thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Correct Not Political says, then when asked to debate, you said you couldn't use the PC. No, I didn't say I couldn't use the PC. I said when I invited someone on here, they were too quiet. I had everything set right, so sometimes I haven't worked that out. It's not that I can't work out the PC, it's that I haven't set up the plugin correctly in order to bring guests. But I also said to you, mate, I would not be bringing you on here. I have no interest in bringing you on here to debate anything, because you obviously, clearly have no basic intelligence to bring forth a debate. You're not, like, you've never put a comment that makes you sound like you have anything to offer. What? Like, you're there in the comments. You could debate me if you had something to debate. You don't. You're just a troll. So, you know... He said you should get that on a t-shirt. I got Social Justice Warrior on a t-shirt already. That's my favourite t-shirt. My next t-shirt is Champagne Socialist. That's coming. I shouldn't have really announced that yet, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to do more Tom MacDonald. I realised that... One second. Where's my other Tom MacDonald one I had ready? I've lost it already, so we're going to have to search for it because I want that one. 1 second. Because I realised, I thought that White Boy song was his first ever song. Like, he came out ready with that. But he actually had quite a few songs before that. One of them called Wannabe. And I went to do a Tom MacDonald reaction yesterday, and it wasn't that interesting. So it was a song that I didn't have any interest in. And this might be the same, but, you know, we'll give him a go anyway. I've got 2 Tom MacDonald songs here I'm going to do quickly now. If they're not that interesting, I may skip them. But we'll give it a go, innit? Johnny Coombs said he's got Coombs for RD merch. Alright, man, hit me up. Send me a link to your merch, man, so I can have a look at it. Enough Prop said only the princess in the first Star Wars films. I think she is the only woman in those films, and she played a great part. Like, yeah, she's a great role in those films. Like, what the hell, man? But yeah, it might be a point that it's only one, you know what I'm saying? But women weren't excluded. Like, I grew up watching Star Wars because my mum liked it. Like, what are you talking about? Everybody watched Star Wars.
We need to get this resolved, okay? That you can't argue with physical evidence.
The piano's corny already, but, you know, this is what he is.
This is my song, and I'm dancing with the devil on the highway to hell in the middle of the road. This is my time to decide. Devil in my mind now. Monogamy isn't the only thing I've been lying about. I'm in the belly of the beast and I'm riding around, rope in my hand. Should I hang myself or climb out? I feel like everyone around me about to make it, and I'm busy with some bitch I only fuck with when I'm faded. Let's say I'll grow to be a monster, but I am one. Why the fuck you think I've been calling myself Leanne's son? I ain't Thomas anymore, I ain't honest anymore. I don't give a shit about a broken promise anymore. I got back home from tour like a month ago, and I've been in the club getting drunk since a month ago. I lost the only girl I ever loved, bet you knew it, cause I said it a million times.
Already, this is way better than anything he did later. He hasn't said anything that's really triggered me yet. Not anything racist. I mean, he looks like he's dressed like completely un-hip hop, more like realistic to himself, maybe, or he's playing a character. I don't know. But this is not frustrating me or annoying me anywhere near as much as he usually does.
And now it's true. I swore that she would never ever come before my music, and now I see that every rapper sing the same tune. This is my song, and I'm dancing with the devil on the highway to hell in the middle of the road. This is my time to decide if I'm gonna be a better man to cover everything I own and go. This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not the way.
Oh, the guy is so corny, man. He's just so corny, isn't it? Like the sing-along hook. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It's like Gym Class Heroes or something. Or like, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Just musically, it's just not very good, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, correct, not politically, called me a moist youth, you know. So you're British. Are you British or are you trying to copy our slang? Cause I kind of imagine a lot of these are Americans that came on here recently with this Tom MacDonald stuff. Enough Prop said, yeah, she's the last woman alive in the story, I think. Johnny Coombs said, Bubba Sharks. Yeah, this is a Bubba Sparks kind of vibe, innit? This is that kind of white people shit. Right, Gerbrands. Am I saying it right now? Gerbrands. I always say everyone's name wrong, man. Just allow me. But yeah, I'm trying to get them right. Yeah, because women don't like hero stories. Yeah, exactly. What women don't like hero stories like the rest of us. They've been pushed those stories their whole lives. Men have always been the leaders of all these stories, you know what I'm saying? And Ryan Gerbrand said, I've watched Katie Hopkins' comedy and it's drier than when Ben Shapiro thinks women should be. Than what Ben Shapiro thinks women should be. Oh, and drier than Ben Shapiro's rapping. I think Katie Hopkins, her comedy is at its best when she's being serious. Right, I don't know if you've just joined us, but we just shared a video of Katie Hopkins basically responding to us about the whole festival thing. It didn't say that in the video. It said she just dropped a video about explaining what cancel culture is, and I thought she made it out like it was about GB News, but at the end it all kind of wrapped up to the festival. So yeah, I'm gonna edit that and put that out tomorrow, like ASAP. But Sports fans said, sounds like Eric Cartman singing with a badly mixed audio. I mean, yeah, the singing bits are awful, but I'm just going to keep it 100. I'm going to show you why I'm an honest guy, yeah? Like, while he was doing his verse there, I was like, oh my God, I don't hate him. Like, if he just sounded like this and he was just rapping, like, he's rapping about, you know, emotions and normal life and women and shit, I wasn't mad at it. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's rappers in the city that been talking shit and gangsters in the city. I've been talking about it too. There's women in the city I've been fucking with on weekends when I'm out late with my friends, but I'm still in love with who hates me. I'm guilty and I'm sure it's slowly killing me. I'ma take the fall and all responsibility. Jesus in my heart now. I heard he walk with you. I bring the car.
Well, it's kind of fun watching him get beat up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pretend. Yeah, let's hope he gets his head proper kicked in for the rest of this video.
I don't have the time or the energy to forget about the past, to forgive myself for anything. I'm way fucked. I just cut this whole tape on a party tip, and now I'm like, what the fuck? When's the fucking party end? When I wanted to be good, no one else was. When I wanted to be rich, they wouldn't sell drugs. When she wanted us together, man, I guess I did it.
Man.
When I needed her to find me, she went missing. This is my song, and I'm dancing with the devil on the highway to hell in the middle of the road. This is my time to decide if I'm gonna be a better man to cover everything I own and go. This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not the way that I wanna be.
This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not the way that I wanna be. This is not the way that it goes down. This is not the way that it goes down. I won't let it.
I'm 24 and I'm real enough to say if I don't make it big by 30, I'ma kill myself. I bet you think this is some super high thoughts, but I ain't made.
Oh, it's frozen on the sidecar game, but I can still see it here. If you don't make it big by 30, he's going to kill himself. I guess he's kind of made it big at this point. I don't know what age he is. JC said, what's this? Brokeback Mountain. Couple other comments I don't understand. This video is weird as hell though. And do you know what? I got another video I was going to do straight after of him. Because this song's called Wannabe. For some reason in my head, I thought it'd be about him wanting to be a rapper, wanting to be black. I thought it was going to be racial. In my head, I just think of something racial all the time, right? And the next video I had planned, I already realized I'm not going to hate, because it's like on a topic of sobriety, which is something that I'm passionate about. So I was going to do that video to not give him a hard time for 1 second. But I'm not going to do that video today because I'm not giving him a hard time enough on this one. So I'm going to look for a more provocative one. Sports fan, first verse he came with a more skippy flow and kind of pulled it off, but yeah, most rappers can rap more or less. The singing reminds me of a shit Nefex. I don't know Nefex, I don't think, but yeah, the singing's terrible and the second verses have been terrible, but it's something like I want to be real. I had a moment in that first verse where I was like, okay, I can work with it.
For a full-time position at a real job, I was built to fit perfect in a Maserati and to be the drunkest at the Grammy after party. I'm in this quiet gray area, no feelings. I'm in a loud gray Acura, no ceilings. I've been trying to figure out how to do it different. I broke too many hearts, I've never been religious. I'm all alone and all my friends are in the room. I don't wear wolves of fur, but I'm howling at the moon loud. I just don't know what to do now. I should move on, well there's no house to move out. Too many wannabes are living in my neighborhood, and I refuse to let them call me neighbors cause I'm really good. This is my song and I'm dancing with the devil on the highway to hell in the middle of the road. This is my time to decide if I'm gonna be a better man to cover everything I own and know. This is not the way. This is not the way. This is not the way that I wanna be.
Is that the final end? Well, Tom MacDonald Wannabe. It's a bit some disturbing shit going on there with him obviously killing someone on a farm with a hammer. So he's got some kind of violent tendencies, fantasies going on there. But yeah, there was a few moments where I felt like he sounded like Logic, you know, the rapper Logic, the American, who's not white, but People think he's white. Yeah. Who's another corny, really, really corny rapper. But I was chatting to my mate about this the other day because I was telling him that Logic's first album is actually really quite a good album, and I liked him at the time. Right. Sidecar crash again. So we're going to just get a reload. And then I'm gonna look through the Tom MacDonald videos again quickly, because I'm not playing the one I just sidecar crash again. As I'm doing that, it'll work out. So there was, like, I could see from the names of some of his videos, right? If I go back early on his channel, that there is follow-ups to the song I already did and stuff. So there's a few other songs he did in between that one we just played, and then White Boy. If I get to where White Boy is, then I'm gonna see what came next. Okay, yeah, no, he got a thing that's like before the shoot. Now I'll do that another day. But there's a thing called Before the Shoot. It's like a 6.5 minute video, which is like behind the scenes at the music video, and I guess that's gonna give it context and stuff like that. I will do a reaction to that because obviously he's probably gonna be saying some madness. Okay. So here he did a song called This House, White Boy Response. So I don't know if this song is him. I'm imagining this song is him, like acting out what people are, how people are responding to him. Yeah. So we're gonna check that out. Yeah. Let's go to here and then reset the side screen quickly. Boom. Alright, one more Tom MacDonald. So this is him. This is him responding to us, really, isn't it? Look, you can see in the video where it says stop making music. It's him responding to the comments that he got from his video and probably playing victim like he does all the time. He's a like typical victim player while he accuses everyone else of playing victim.
Lately, everyone been talking crazy. Feel like everybody's got some to say. They misinterpreted my good intentions and expected I was just gonna step away. If there's a heart that pumps and there's a breath to take, then I won't bite my tongue as long as I'm awake. And they don't have the guts to make a dumb mistake. I'd rather crash a car than never touch the brakes. I built this house. They're the kind of people that be dying for exposure.
Wait. Obviously, I knew this was gonna be about the house of hip hop concept. So who's saying I built this house? Is he saying that's what they're saying to him? I guess.
They're the kind of people that get mad, lose composure. They're the kind of people that are never going forward. They're just the ones that are looking for apologies. Hating real loud, but they follow me. Screaming at the top of their lungs, I'm the scum of the earth. In the same damn breath, trying to preach about equality. Back before I wrote the song on race, they all...
Yes, we're calling you the scum of the earth and asking for equality because you are preventing equality. You are fighting for equality not to happen.
ignored that I had something great. They tried to edge me out, they didn't hear my bars. They tried to tell me that I wasn't built for fame. Fast forward to when I'm paid. I ain't spend a dollar on the chain. I'll get my mama a house, I'll get my dad a car, I'll make my sister rich, she'll never work again. And this hater is so underwhelming. I'm conditioned for all the abuse. Seeing the reaction videos all blowing up, and you're welcome for all of the views. Blow up my Twitter. Y'all just
yes, you're welcome for the views. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it for the views. Yes.
keep making me bigger. Y'all just keep showing you're triggered. Y'all just keep missing the point, and I keep doing me. Y'all ain't nothing to even consider. Man, I built this house. I'm the kind of person making music with a purpose. You the kind of people that...
So I feel like he's saying he built this house. Black people didn't build this house. He built this house, and it's interesting because I think I showed it yesterday. We're gonna go to it after because it was echoing. He done a clip the other day talking about how he's built his own house across the street, and he's not in hip hop's house, and he doesn't care about hip hop. Basically, that's where he's at now. But you got to remember, he wrote this ages ago, and it's mad because maybe there was loads of reaction videos blowing up, reacting to his thing and calling it racist. But when this new one came out with Ben Shapiro, I'm the only one. I saw myself and like one young kid with not a lot of views doing a negative review. It became more popular to do positive reviews because YouTube is right-wing and racist.
that be hating on the surface. I'm the kind of you ain't used to make you nervous, yeah. Back before I even wrote the record, I can see this coming like a fortune teller. And a calm sea don't make a skilled sailor, so I thank the heavens for the stormy weather. Okay, fast forward to when we're old and gray. I'll be looking back at when they posted hate, and it will hurt a bit, but it was worth it when your dream is getting hurt no matter what they say. I try conveying that I love us all, and the way I did it left them so appalled. I used a broken arm to try and break their walls, no matter what they say, they know it took balls. I surveyed the land and I found a location, unloaded the lumber and pounded the stakes, and I blended the bones of the people who hated with blood and cement. Then I poured the foundation, I built the frame with all my guilt and shame, and then I chiseled my name in the date in the basement. I carved
with all my guilt and shame. These guys love pretending they don't have guilt and shame, but they really do. Sports fan said, I don't think his technical ability is in question, but his content is ignorant and his message is like humanity going backward centuries and forward, something forward thinking content, not forward thinking content at all. I said sports fan, I don't know if you saw, but the other day I made a clip saying I think he's the worst rapper of all time, and I did actually mean technically as well. I think but you know, I hadn't listened as much as I am now. Like this, musically, this flows, the beat, the hook, this hasn't got the same corny singing hook. This is much better, like technically, than anything else I've played of his. Because the hooks are so bad, and his general rapping on those like slow Eminem type beats, it doesn't really work. Like it generally just doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? But this one, the beat's good, and he's flowing on it. His voice is still really annoying. But yeah, I still stand by that he's the worst rapper of all time, to be honest, though, because it all comes that you know, the full package comes into it, and his content really lets it down.
Are my initials and all of the boards and the beams that are needed for structural greatness. No record label, no distribution, no cosign, no publicist, no manager, no teammates, no money to make up my budget with, no grocery.
All you got is a huge world full of racist white people to cater to, which is very easy.
No studio, no booking agent, no bucket list, no PR, no marketing, just fans. Man, we built this house when my days end and it's vacant, and they bury me with that only key. My biggest fans gon' break in with a Ouija board and a box of chalk, draw a pentagram, hail Satan, try to bring me back from that wooden box y'all tried to fill my grave with. Then they'll sit on the roof with the rifles I hid in the fridge, and they'll shoot at the men on the ridge who are coming to undo the work that I did. Then they'll block off the highway that leads to the crib and put sensors on all of the boards in the bridge so they know when they're coming to empty the clip. Then they'll gut all the bodies and cut off the skin, then connect all the pieces with needles and pins and attach it to 10 feet of branches and twigs, and then plant it in mud till it stands in the wind. And I'll stand there and look at this that we did that we never imagined we do because of them. Our blood and sweat and tears went into what we built till we were begged. So we use blood and sweat and tears of enemies to build our flag. We built this house, we laid these bricks, we
He's saying he's going to use the... Like, I don't like the threats, innit? Like the blood and sweat of enemies, and so like a lot of it is black people. So you're threatening black people that you're going to use their blood and sweat and to build your house. Like it's quite horrific, like racially charged threats and violence like built into it. Sports fan said this was better from him, but yeah, the other Eminem stars played out and corny. Rubbish content makes a rubbish rapper. Yeah, I mean, this is some of the content in this is maybe the worst I've ever heard from him. What he's actually saying is quite horrific, but yeah, I mean, this is technically much better. But I think what it is, like, if you can work out flows and timing and all that kind of stuff to teach yourself to mimic something, you can mimic being a rapper, yeah? But he doesn't have it in him, in his soul. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this sounds like someone who's worked hard to copy something, because it doesn't even sound like him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, his other songs sound like he's worked hard to copy Eminem in that style, and now he's... I guess it's Eminem in another style, to be honest, but it's also got a few layers of like more modern and trappy kind of flows and stuff. So he's just mimicking how to be a rapper, but he's not really him.
Set these traps, these flames we lit, our haters doused in gasoline they brought to try and torch us with. Let them hate, dog, everyone will have something to say, dog, their opinions don't...
Wait, how did he go from cowboy hat to just the ICP shed? Raw, man didn't even think about his first video. He was just in and out of the shed. Man is an original shed nonce. Wow.
Trying to judge your engine by your paint job. gravestone, I'm a cheap death. There's too much I ain't seen yet. They think that I got them way over my head, but I feel like I just got my feet wet. We're trying to dream more and sleep less. Avoid the pills when we're depressed. Remember to not be too hard on ourselves. If we cut deep enough, we up bleed bread. Man, you never know when it's time to go. Heaven's open when the bars are closed, so seize the moment. Don't leave it hoping you'll breathe tomorrow. You could be a ghost. I'm living mine like the finish line is right in front of me. Made of fishing wire, so I'll never see it till it's too late. When God shakes my hand, please celebrate. Please celebrate. Please celebrate. Please celebrate.
I don't know what the hell I clicked on there, but yeah. All right. Tom MacDonald, This House, what was it called? I think it was called This House, and it said White Boy Response. So it was kind of like the response to the White Boy Response, I think. The sidecar on my thing keeps crashing, and I'm just realising I need to close a couple things on my... Because I just came to do this live real last minute. I realised I usually close a lot of stuff on my computer just to make sure it's running at full capacity.